All right.
Yeah, this is like it's like a super story tonight. I gotta hopefully hit all the notes.
You'll do it.
Thanks, man.
No problem. I feel good about it.
I'm gonna use the bathroom and we'll do it.
All right, take your pre-show wee, man.
We yeah. All right. See you in a minute. So, tonight's show, one story, and it is about how last week I ordered delivery. Groundbreaking stuff. That is what the show's about. Last Wednesday, I got food delivered to my apartment. It was a chicken roll, some fried dough donuts, and a Snapple from the pizza place down the street from my apartment. If you're ever in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, go to Sunset Pizza. They're fantastic. I usually go and pick it up. I do it every Wednesday. That has been my quarantine tradition, is I get pizza on Wednesdays. That is what my life has come to. Is that's just the thing I look forward. If I'm not doing a show, I look forward to getting pizza every Wednesday. And it's not even pizza, the chicken roll and fried dough donuts and a Snapple. I usually go and pick it up, but last week I got delivery because a friend of mine sent me money. Okay, and I don't know how many times I have to tell people I am doing fine financially, okay? Like, it's a $2 suggested donation. I don't need any more money. I'm doing fine financially, but my friend saw like how bad coronavirus was affecting New York, and he called me up and he said, Mike, I'm sending you some money. You probably need it. And I said, no, I'm fine. You don't need to send me any money. I'm fine. And he said, no, I don't care what you say. I'm sending you this money. Do what you want with it. Don't worry about it. I'm sending you this money. You ever been broke for so long that when you actually have money, nobody believes you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm at that point in my life where, like, for the first time ever, I actually have some money and no one believes me at all. Like, the last time I tried to pay for someone's dinner, they looked at me like I was gonna jump in front of a bus. They're like, oh, no, you don't need to do this. No, don't listen. Think about this before you do this, okay? People love you. You don't need to do this. Put that wallet away. You don't need to make this happen. I don't, like, no one believes me where I say that I'm doing okay financially. And I have been. Like, I went from working like 11 hours a day to 3 to 4 hours a day in the past 8 years. My goal in the past 8 years has been to limit the amount of hours I spend working so I can spend more time working on my comedy career. So I've gone from like 11-hour days to 3 to 4 hour days in the past 8 years, which is very impressive. And right now I'm doing fine. Like, I'm getting off Medicaid. I've consolidated my credit card debt. I bought new pants recently. Things are going well. I bought new pants. Things are going well, right? And I've been able to do this because my new job is I find advertisers for podcasts. I know some of you have podcasts. I know a lot of you listen to podcasts. What I do every day, I spend 3 to 4 hours a day cold emailing companies to see if they want to advertise on this with this podcast network I work for. And in the past 2 months, I have paid a third of my rent thanks to a company called dickatyourdoor.com. I swear to God. I have made $300 I've made $600 in the past 2 months because of a company called dickatyourdoor.com. And what they do is they make dick-shaped chocolate, and you can order it online and send it to your friend, your parents, your boss, and people have been buying them. Like, in the middle of a pandemic, people have been buying chocolate dicks that they heard on the podcast I work for and send them to thousands and thousands of people are dying right now, while hundreds of people are buying chocolate dicks for their friends because of one cold email I sent out 2 months ago. I've been paying a third of my rent off of dickatyourdoor.com. And yeah, and not only so they've been on the podcast for 2 months, and they did so well the first month that they renewed, and I think they might add some more shows. So I might even make more money next month off of dickatyourdoor.com. What happens is I can't wait to the day where I'm meeting someone's parents, and they're like, "Hey, Mike, how are you going to support a family?" I'm like, "Well, I'm a comedian." They're like, "Well, comedians don't make a lot of money." I'm like, "Well, have you heard of dickatyourdoor.com?" Because that is how I'm going to support my family. Because if people are buying chocolate dicks during a pandemic, they will totally buy them when there's not a pandemic going on. My friend still sent me $25. So what I'm trying to say is my friend still sent me $20. And I use it to pay for my chicken roll, my fried dough donuts, and my Snapple. I was grateful for it, but I felt bad at the same time because this is one of those friends who, like, he's helping me out, but when he needed help, I wasn't there for him. Like when he was going through a tough time, I ignored him. When he was going through a tough time, I turned my back on him. It's kind of like you ever read a really sad Facebook status and you just pretend like you didn't see it. You're like you can just blame it on the algorithm. You know, like I don't this. I don't. It's not on my feed, man. It didn't pop up. You know, Facebook's fucking with the algorithm these days, man. You don't see it. It was kind of like that, except in real life. My friend was going through some really tough times, and instead of helping him out, I focused on myself and I kind of ignored his problems. Things got bad for my friend. They ended up getting hospitalized, and when they got hospitalized, I still pretended like I didn't know about it. You know, I didn't reach out. I didn't see if they're okay. I just ignored them, and I moved on with my life, and I regret them. And here is where the story gets fucking ridiculous. Okay, and you thought the dick at your door thing was ridiculous. No, that was the easy one to this next part. Okay, so I was in San Francisco a couple years ago. I was in San Francisco doing some shows, and I have a mailing list, which some of you are on. I have a mailing list, which is like 200 people, and I send out an email like once a month about shows I'm doing, okay? And I was in San Francisco. By the way, I know like 25 people on this mailing list, like my friends, my family, and the other people are just strangers who came to a show, they bought tickets, or they signed up for my mailing list on my website, right? So I'm in San Francisco, and I'm trying to promote the shows I have coming up by sending out an email to my mailing list. And I included a photo of me in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. And it was a sexy photo of me. Matt, I think, can we pull this up? This was gonna sell some tickets for me. It was a photo of me in front of the Golden Gate Bridge, and it looks great, okay? Look at this photo, right? Can you guys see this photo? Look at that. The hair is perfect. It was chilly out, so I put a jacket on, which added like 30 pounds to my body. It looked good, okay? It looked good, baby. I look like a modern day Edgar Allan Poe, you know, sexy hipster Edgar Allan Poe right there. So I sent it out. I don't have a lot of photos of me that I like. This photo I loved, okay? So I sent it out as part of my newsletter to help sell tickets at my shows in San Francisco. And I went on with my life. I sent out the email, and then a couple hours later, I got a response, which was the most ridiculous email I've ever received in my life. I don't know who this person is. They sent me this email, and it says, by the way, this is the twist right here. Hi, Mike. Very nice picture of you. They should just ended the email there, okay? Very nice picture of you. I would have been like, yeah, it's the jacket and the hair conditioner, and that's it. But they kept going. Looks like you got the good look genes, and then they said something very personal, so I censored it. They said maybe you should start modeling for Dick at Your Door. I found the background picture very ironic. In July of last year, the wonderful, very Catholic psychiatrist who treated my friend's name jumped off that bridge. He had Huntington's disease, which, as you know, is a neurological disease, as is other forms of this brain disorders. Some people develop diseases of the heart, others the brain. Be well. This is an email I got from someone on my mailing list. Okay, first of all, as you know. I just sent you a photo of me in front of the Golden Gate Bridge because I thought it looked good. You know, I sleep in hostels. I don't know about neurological disorders. Second of all, and I think this goes without saying, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Like that. Like my favorite part, my two favorite parts of this email are the "be well" at the end before she signed her name. The "be well," as if she didn't just fuck up my whole day. And then I don't know. Do you have the other one? Do you have the one with the actual the Gmail? Sent from my iPad, which means she put a lot of time into this message. You know, sent from my iPad, that means something, you know, like sent from my iPhone means I was like in a rush. Sent from my iPad meant I wrote this while being very comfortable. Okay. I made some coffee. I found a nice chair. This was my morning, you know, sent from my iPad. That means business. So I don't know who this woman is. She knows my friend. She knows my friend's in the hospital. She knows my friend's doctor, a psychiatrist. So I did what any normal person would do when they get an email like this. I replied and we got coffee. I met this woman. We got coffee together. Yes. Because I had to do it. I cannot ignore an email like that. I'm a comedian who tells crazy stories about his life. I can't ignore that email. You know, that's like a reporter turning down like a big news tip. You know, like I gotta see this through. So I met Lisa. Lisa works at the hospital my friend was admitted to, and she knows that the psychiatrist that my friend sees, and they bonded over thinking that the psychiatrist was like a perfect person. You know, my friend thought the psychiatrist had the perfect life, the perfect family, the perfect job, the perfect income, and my friend was at the lowest point of his life, getting advice from some guy he thought had like no problems at all, and that guy threw himself off a bridge. And I didn't need to know that. I didn't need that information. You could just know like, hey, my name's Lisa. I know your buddy who's in the hospital. Do you want to talk to him? But no, she gave me all the information, right? And Lisa found out about me by my friend and Lisa ended up talking about comedy, and he told Lisa that his friend's a comedian in New York, Chasing the Dreams. She looked me up. She didn't like any of my comedy videos, so she signed up for my mailing list, and that's how we met up. She signed up for my mailing list, and that's how we met up. And when we got coffee, I asked her how there's people joining now. It's gonna be hilarious when people just join the show now, and I'm just talking about dickatyourdoor.com with no content. It's 8:24, baby. We started at 8. Come on, man. We had our coffee. I asked her how my friend's doing, and she said, you should find out for yourself. He still has the same phone number. You should call him, check in on him, see how he's doing. And I told her I didn't know what to say, and she said, just make small talk about the weather, whatever. Just call your friend, okay? And when we got done with coffee, I asked her if we should, like, I enjoyed the conversation. I'm like, can we keep in touch? And she said, we'll have plenty of time to talk when you get admitted to my hospital. And I thought that was great. Lisa has a very dark sense of humor. She's going to be on my mailing list for a very long time. She's not going to unsubscribe from that. A couple weeks later, I called my friend, and we didn't talk about the hospital. We didn't talk about his problems. We just talked about the weather. We talked about what we were doing that week. We made small talk, and it actually kind of like repaired our friendship. Like ever since that phone call, we've been talking once a month. And 2 weeks ago, he sent me $25, and I used it to buy a chicken roll, some fried dough donuts, and a Snapple. And when the delivery, it was my first time getting delivery from Sunset Pizza. When the delivery guy dropped it off, I tipped him $11. I gave him an $11 tip. And when he said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Are you sure?" Like I was doing something that was gonna hurt me. And I said, "Yes, I am sure." And now some random dude in Brooklyn, an essential worker, has $11, and he has no idea what had to happen for him to get that $11. I had to wear a jacket in San Francisco. I had to be a bad friend, and hopefully that doesn't hopefully the delivery guy's hopes don't get up, because the next time he comes, I'm not going to have $11 for him. I'm going to give him coupons at dickatyourdoor.com. Yeah, we did it. That was the story. We got to do it, man. And I'm trying something different. What did you think about that? Like, does anyone have By the way, all right, so that was the whole story I prepared for this week, but the show's not over because I want to get some feedback. Does anyone have any questions, comments about that story? Because after the question section, I have a M. Night Shyamalan twist. I'm on my phone, so I don't know, Matt, if anyone's saying any questions in the chat or if anyone has any comments, because I got a twist to the story.
How's the chocolate?
Yes, I have tried it. It's good. It's good. And listen, I'm not a size queen or anything, but decent sized dick. I'll be honest with you. It comes in this box, so you think you're getting like a fancy gift, and you open it up, it's just a chocolate dick. It's a dick-shaped chocolate. Yeah, white chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever you're into, whatever you need.
I'm wondering, are you gonna do something really nice for your friend in return?
I should. Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Wait till the twist, and you'll find out. Things are
I'm excited to hear about this at the next show.
Yeah. We're. I said I don't need money. They're sending me money, and then we're talking more frequently. And does anyone else? I'll tell the twist. So the twist is that my friend is actually my mom. That's a story all about my mom. And, but I think so I spent like the first 10 years of my comedy career doing like really personal stories about my family, which was not like the stories were like involving, but they weren't really my stories to tell. But since we're doing these shows on Zoom, it's kind of like a behind the scenes look at my writing process. So would that story not be as enjoyable if you knew it was about my mom? Like, is it more enjoyable that it's about a friend of mine?
Yeah, it's better as a friend.
Yeah.
I love that you reveal it at the end, though.
Right,
Oh my
right.
God.
Great
I did
twist.
not see that coming at all.
So what happened was when I was a kid, my mom was dealing with a lot, and then she ended up having to go to a hospital, and she was in there for a long time. And I was a kid when I stopped talking to her because I didn't know any better. And then I was in San Francisco, and the two censored blocks are this woman, Lisa, said I got the good old genes of my family, which is weird. Like she wants to fuck my whole family apparently. And then like the two censored parts at the bottom was your mom's psychiatrist, not like my friend's psychiatrist. So it's just fucking it's insane. So I had to meet her, she was like friends with my mom. And so my mom and I have been in touch ever since I met Lisa, and we had our coffee. And I don't know if I should, we've had a rocky relationship, and it's all based off miscommunication. A theme in my show and my act is that I'm not good at communicating, even though I have a degree in communication. That's a theme. And so my mom and I tried to call her when I was 26, and I called her and I said, "Hey, it's Mike," and she said, "I'm sorry, who's this?" And I said, "It's me, it's Mike." And she said, "I'm sorry, I don't know any Mikes," and she hung up the phone on me. True story. And that phone call, like I was doing 15 shows at Under St. Mark's Theater here in New York, and I used that phone call as like the ending to my show because nothing says comedy like my mom doesn't love me. I think that's hilarious. It's so good. It's the classic Chappelle bit, where he talks about his mom hanging up the phone on him. And I went on tour with that show. I got a passport. I rented out theaters. I did like a whole run of shows based on the idea that my mom doesn't love me. I was telling strangers in like different countries about this. And I know I'm having no one in the audience ever asked for like a refund, but I know I'm having a bad show when an audience member gives me life advice. Like I know I'm bombing when an audience they don't come up to me and say good show, and then they're like, "Hey man, you should try calling your mom again." So when I was 28, I called her again, and I said I met Lisa, and she told me to call her again because there was a miscommunication. So I called her when I was 28, and I said, "Hey, it's Mike," and she said, "I'm sorry, who's this?" And I said, "It's me, it's Mike." And I could tell she was about to hang up again, so I had to say something different. But all I could think of was just keep saying, "It's me, it's Mike." And I have a degree in communication. I just kept saying, "It's me, it's Mike." And she didn't hang up when I was 28. She didn't hang up, but there was silence. And all of a sudden she said, "Oh, is this Michael?" Is this my son, Michael? Oh, Michael, I missed you so much. Michael, I never stopped loving you. I love you so much, Michael. How are you? Thanks for calling me, Michael. Michael. She remembered me as Michael, not Mike. And like, so I told people in like fucking Italy that my mom doesn't love me when all I had to do was say hi, it's Michael instead of Mike. And also Mother's Day's tomorrow, and if you're trying to reconnect with your mom, here's a piece of advice. Instead, if it's been years since you talked and maybe your voice changed, maybe instead of saying hi, it's Mike or Michael, go with the classic hi, mom. If I went with the classic hi, mom, I would not be in a lot of credit card debt, and I would not be promoting dictatyourdoor.com. But I am only working 3 to 4 hours a day, so I'm gonna. It all works out somehow. It all works out in the end.